We covered الضمائر, the pronouns, and أسماء الإشارة,
Mhm.
the nouns of pointing. That's إضافة. Nouns of pointing. الأسماء الموصولة and relative nouns. And we covered الإضافة. And we talked about al even a little bit.
Mhm.
Let's look at now something we started covering, as-sifatu wal-mawsuf. Okay. As-sifatu wal-mawsuf. Let's break these words down first. Sifa. This word sifa and the word mawsuf, both of them, their root letters are waw, sod, fa. So, yani, they come from the word wasf. Wasf is a description or an attribute
Mhm.
or an ascription. Uh, Yeah, okay. So that's what wasf is. Now, this word sifa, it means wasf exactly. The word sifa exactly means the word wasf. It's just when you have a word in Arabic that starts with a waw and has three letters and has also sukoon in the middle here. We have a word like this, you can change it to a word like sifa. Like you can say, instead of, yeah, you can say wazn, which is a weight, weight. You can say wazn or you can say zina. And you can say, for example, um, wad, that's a promise. Wad, and you can say ida. They mean the same thing.
Mhm.
Wazn means zina. Wad or zina means wazn. What that's the original one. Wazn is the original one. Zina means wazn. Ida means wad. Sifa means wasf.
Mhm.
Description or ascription or attribution or attribute. Okay. So then, we're talking language here. So sifa here means, according to context, the context of our topic here, sifa means adjective. Adjective is a word that describes something.
Mhm.
And mosuf, as you can see, has here are its root letters, wow, sod,
Mhm.
fat, and it is upon the pattern of mef'ul, as the meme here with fatha, and has the wow here. So this is wasn't mef'ul. The pattern of mef'ul means what received an act, what was done to. So the mosuf is the
Mhm.
described. This described word is the mosuf. The described word, what's described. Okay. So we're now talking about sifa and mosuf. The sifa is the description, the mosuf is the one described. Now in Arabic, you have rules for this. That's going to distinguish this from an idafa. What are its rules? I'm going to break its rules down for you. Okay. As-sifatu wal-mawsuf. And not 121. والشرط المنعوت بها أن يكون نكرة. النعت هو التابع المشتق والمراد والمراد بالمؤول بالمشتق والنعت يتبع. Here it is. All right.
Mhm.
So let me rewrite this. We're now talking about asifa and mosuf. Now this word sifa has also another name. the grammarians use, which is not. Not. Not means sifa, adjective, description, attribute. You can even you can even use that for Allah, according to some scholars like At-Tahawi. Imam At-Tahawi said, Allahu man'ut. He is man'ut. He said Allah is mawsuf. Mawsuf means has attributes. And he is man'ut, which also means he has attributes. So if you use the word sifa, you'll say mawsuf. If you use the word not, you'll say man'ut. So this is the described thing. The sifa or the not is the description, which is the adjective itself. And the mawsuf, which is the man'ut, is the described. Now, how does it work? How do you do that in Arabic? So, والنعت يتبع المنعوت في رفعه ونصبه وخفضه وتعريفه وتنكيره وتذكيره وتأنيفه وإفراده وتثنيته وجمعه. Okay. So, you look, is your word masculine or feminine? Feminine. Is your word definite or indefinite? And is your word, and what state of, what case is your word in? What grammatical case is your word in? And is your word singular or dual or plural? So if we count all of those one by one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the scholars, they count. And they say rafa' and nasb and jar. Yani, is it also nominative or accusative or genitive? So then you have 8, 9, 10. Okay. So some scholars going to say the not follows the men'ut in 10 things. That's if you break them down one by one. Or if you group them, then it's going to follow in 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Meaning masculinity or femininity, being definite or indefinite, being singular, dual, or plural, and being marfu' or mansub or majroor. All right, so let's take a look and see. Let's start with masculine here. So let's take a word like rajul. Rajul, man. How shall we describe him? And also, let's first investigate his case. Rajul. It is masculine, number one. Has number one here if we go by the white number. Number one, masculine. And it is here, number 4, indefinite, rajul. And also it is here, singular, number 5. So let's start there. How are we going to describe it then? Do we have to describe it with what matches those statistics? So we're going to say, rajulun, for example, mu'minun. Rajulun mu'minun. Now here's the description. That's the sifa. The sifa comes in after. Rajul is the mawsuf. It's what's described. Mu'min is the sifa. It's what's doing the describing. Yani, it is the description. So you say, Rajulun mu'minun. You can't say rajulun mu'minatun. It's not going to work because masculine and feminine can't match like that. You're not going to say rajulun mu'minan, rajulun mu'minin, rajulin mu'minun. Can't change the i'rab on both sides. So it has to match. Uh, so then, if it were then dual, how's it going to be? Would be rajulani, mu'minani, two believing men. If it's plural, you're going to say rijalun, mu'minun, rijalun, mu'minun. You don't say rajulun. Because I was telling you, sound masculine plural is for a man's name or a man's description. Rajul is not a man's name and it's not a man's description. Description means sifa. Sifa. Rajul is not a sifa. I need to talk about sifa too more, make it more clear for you. But let me finish these examples first. So you're going to say rijalun mu'minun. Rijalun mu'minun. And you're going to say ar-rajul. Now it's definite. Ar-rajulu. Then you're going to say what? Al-mu'minu. You have to match it. The definite with definite. If you change the i'rab, ar-rajula al-mu'mina, ar-rajuli al-mu'mini. If we make it feminine, we'll say imra'atun. So how would I describe the imra'ah? Can you tell me, please? With the same adjective, but the feminine version.
For like mu'mina.
Correct. Imra'atun mu'minatun. Imra'atun mu'minatun. Believing woman. So then if we made it dual, we'd say imra'atani. What?
Uh, mu'minani. Mu'minat. Hold on, hold on, no, no, no. Mu'minat.
Mm-mm. Mu'minatani.
You keep the pattern. Mm.
Yeah, because dual.
Yes.
Ah, do you know the plural of imra'ah?
Nisa.
Correct. Which this is a case where the plural does not come from the same source as the singular.
Mm,
They don't have the same root letters.
mm,
In fact, the word nisa doesn't have a singular from its own letters.
mm.
So you'd say nisa mu'minat. Now you bring the plural. Nisa'un mu'minatun. Uh, yeah. Okay. And it needs to follow the i'rab. So let's take a look here. I gave you, you say rajulani, mu'minani. Okay. What if it's rajulaini? Because the i'rab changed. It's in a different position in the sentence.
Mhm.
Then you're going to say mu'minaini. Rajulaini, mu'minaini. You say rijalun. Rijalun. Mu'minun. Mu'minun. Or rijalan. رجالا مؤمنين. رجالا مؤمنين. Or رجال also مؤمنين. رجال مؤمنين. And you would say, we said امرأتان مؤمنتان. امرأتان مؤمنتان. Uh, so if you change the i'rab, you'd say امرأتين مؤمنتين. مؤمنة. uh, okay. مؤمنتين. مؤمنتين. امرأتين مؤمنتين. And you say نساء. نساء مؤمنات. Or نساء مؤمنات. Or here نساء. Here
At 10.
مؤمنات. نساء مؤمنات.
Mm.
How's that? Because this type of word, which is sound feminine plural,
Yes.
when it's in the state of nasab or jar, the sign of nasab and the sign of jar are both kasra for this type of word. So that's next thing probably we can take a look at. Just some of these different words, their structures. So you can have them categorized for yourself and identify them quickly. Uh, okay. So you can see from this that this is different from idafa.
Yes.
Because idafa is two words, one is being annexed to the other. The second one is always in a state of jar, regardless. And the first one, it will depend on whatever its case is. And in the case of idafa, the first word can never have al and never have a tanween. But here, in when we're dealing with sifa and mawsuf, first word can have al, and I didn't put it. Let's see. So you're going to say al-rajulu al-mu'minu. And al-imra'atu al-mu'minatu. And like that. Al-rijalu al-mu'minun. Uh, An-nisa'u al-mu'minat. So as you study Arabic and yani perfect your language and your ability to speak, this is going to be probably one of your challenges. Not even very difficult challenge, but it does require some brain power until you get used to it to make sure you're matching it up right.
Yes.
Especially when you're dealing with things where, like this one, nisa and mu'minatin.
Right.
If you're not good in i'rab, knowing the i'rab signs, you might make a mistake there and say nisa and mu'minatan.
So in that case, it's more like having to be able to recall or remember certain rules.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. And هكذا. Uh, so this is Sifa and Mosuf
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
What's the Sifa? Let's look at Sifa real quick. The Sifa which is also called the not.
Mm.
What is it? It is originally fa'il, and this is only the pattern here, and maf'ul. These are your original sifas. Anything with these patterns here. So, for example, kafir, that's a sifa. So you say rajulun kafir.
Mm.
Uh, maf'ul, let's take a word like madrub, beaten, struck. So you'd say rajulun madrub, a beaten man. Uh, and then in Arabic you have other yani adjectives, other sifat, other patterns, I mean. So now we're just looking at the patterns, the awzan. You have the pattern of fa'il. So you say, for example, rajulun tawil, tall man. Rajulun rahim, merciful man.
Mm.
Rajulun khabir, experienced man. Yeah, and he's an expert. Uh, and also other adjectives like fa'al. You say, for example, rajulun dajjal, imposter man, faker. Rajulun kadhab, mendacious man, big liar. Uh, Rajulun kafar, all these are bad words though.
Hmm.
Rajulun kafar, a very blasphemous man. That's more than kafir. Kafar.
Mm.
What's a good one? Um, uh, Rajulun wahab, a man who gives a lot of gifts.
Mm.
Uh, okay. Okay, and also like what else is another sifa? These are the patterns. Like farul. Farul. You say, for example, rajulun adu. Now I'm just translating here. Maybe some of these won't come out in English like uh, I'm like they are in Arabic, but so adu means enemy. So that's an adjective. Says rajulun adu is the enemy man.
Hmm.
رجل رسول يعني a messenger man. رجل صدوق, truthful man, very truthful. Because you could say up here رجل صادق, فاعل, صادق, truthful man. Or another one, what's another one? Okay. So yani, and there's more. So what if the word, excuse me, what if the word has the past tense, the past tense verb, the maldi
Hmm.
has more than three letters? In all these cases, we're dealing with a verb that has three letters. What if it has more than three letters? Like aslama. This is the maldi, aslama. He submitted.
Mm.
Then the fa'il is going to be Muslim. يعني مفعل. رجل مسلم. رجل آه رجل مستغفر. مستغفر. Can you understand مستغفر?
مستغفر. He repented or something?
Yeah, a repenting man.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because that's the adjective. It's describing someone.
Hmm.
رجل مستغفر. A repentant or repentant or repenting, but it's a noun, not a verb. If we say repenting, ing, as long as we recognize that that's a noun and not a verb.
Hmm.
When I say noun, I mean it's an adjective noun. In English, they say there's nouns, there's pronouns, there's adjectives, and other parts of speech. In Arabic, the pronoun is a noun, an ism, and the adjective is a noun, an ism. So this mustaghfir is not a verb if we choose to translate it as repenting. Repenting man.
Hmm.
So the sign is the meme with the dhamma on the front. Meme with the dhamma. That's the sign for the adjective here. Uh, and then it's going to go further. There's also other adjectives like colors.
Hmm.
So you would say رجل أبيض, white man. رجل أسود, black man. رجل أحمر, red man. Or you want use a different word. كتاب. كتاب أبيض, white book. كتاب أسود, black book. كتاب أحمر, red book.
Wow.
And if you want the feminine, you'd say امرأة. امرأة بيضاء, white woman. امرأة سوداء, black woman. امرأة حمراء, red woman. Like that. Also, amongst the adjectives is the superlative. So you say رجل أكبر, bigger man or biggest man.
Hmm.
رجل أفقه. So how you going to translate that? Yeah, a man who has more fiqh, more jurist, a man who's more of a jurist. So
Hmm.
Arabic's more powerful than English to be able to say all of that with this, just like this only.
Hmm.
رجل أفقه, man who's a greater jurist. Um, or like
Is that
this,
أفقه?
أفقه,
Uh,
because the pattern of the superlative is أفعل. So you say, for example, رجل أعلم, more knowledgeable man. رجل أذكى, أذكى, smarter man, more
mm,
intelligent. أذكى, like that. So you notice um, that the sifa comes in the back always.
mm,
The mosuf is in the front, the sifa is in the back. In English, usually it's the other way. The sifa is in the front, the mosuf is in the back. So you would say big man, for example. So big is the sifa, man is the mosuf. While in Arabic, you're going to say rajulun kabir, big man. Yani man big.
right.
But in English, you can put the sifa in the back, sometimes at least. Like you say, A woman scorn. That means a scorn woman.
Yeah.
And a few other things like that. Uh, Something like that. You can manage in English to flip the sifa to the back. I think it makes the speech more eloquent. Maybe you might say he was a man behold of his convictions or something. You want to talk fancy. Put the
Yeah.
sifa on the back. Okay. So that's the basics of sifa and mawsuf for you there. So the key then is that you have to learn if you want to be able to move through sifa and mawsuf easily. You need to learn four groups: masculine and feminine, definite and indefinite, singular, dual, and plural, rafa, nasab, and jar, which is i'rab. Uh, okay. Any question here?
No. Mm, no, I'm good.
I want to show you the different kinds of words, but let's not start that now. We'll
Okay.
start that next week so that we don't have to cut it off.
Okay.
Uh, and I'm just thinking also. So ضمائر we're done with. أسماء الإشارة we're done with. الأسماء الموصولة الإضافة let me for some of the time that remains squeeze in for you.
Okay.
العلم. العلم. Alam is proper noun, which means proper name, someone's name in particular,
Yes.
or something, someone or something. You have three cases in Arabic. One of them is called ism. Here, ism means moniker. I hope I spelled it right. CK, I don't know. One of them is called kunya. There's a word for that. I always forget it. I'll explain though.
Union?
Kunya.
Like a nickname?
Not exactly. The nickname is this one, third one, laqab. Laqab is nickname. So the moniker, the ism, that's your given name.
Hmm.
There's two kinds. One kind is called murtajal, and one kind is called mushtaq. Or not, I'm sorry, not mushtaq. Manqul, manqul, manqul. So murtajal basically means improvised, or yani basically freestyled. A freestyled name, an improvised name. What that means? That means you didn't take it from somewhere before. Yani it's its own name, not taken from somewhere. Menqul means uh transported. So what this means is murtajal, alam, murtajal, alam. So murtajal, that's a sifa. Al alamul murtajal, the improvised name, that's a name that has no prior usage in Arabic other than being a name.
Hmm.
So, and amongst those are The name Allah. The name Allah is alamun murtajal, meaning it's not transported from somewhere else and then put as the name of God. Rather, it is fundamentally the name of God. It doesn't have any prior usage, as if it was merely improvised, as if it just came freestyled. Or also, there's other names in Arabic like that, such as a woman, a woman's name, Suad,
Hmm.
or the name Uded. I thought that's a woman's name, but now I'm doubtful. Uded. Suad is definitely a woman's name. Uded, I have to remember. I thought it's female, maybe it's male. Okay, those are a'lam murtajala, a'lamun murtajalatun, improvised names. Manqul is transported. This means it was something else in Arabic before, excuse me, before being used as a name. For example, Rashid,
Hmm.
because Rashid is originally what?
Attribute.
An attribute. Fa'il, guided. Rajulun Rashid. What did Prophet Lut say when uh, the homosexuals were trying to break his door down?
Hmm.
He said, Alaysa minkum mir rajulin Rashid? Is there not amongst you Rajulun Rashid? A
Hmm.
guided man? Is there not a guided man amongst you? Or Rashid in some context could mean mature.
Mature.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like your child reached puberty, Rashid. Rashidan. He reached puberty, Rashid. This means maturely.
Hmm.
Then, if so, hand his money over to him at puberty.
Hmm.
But if he reached puberty as the fee, a fool, then you're gonna say to him, "La, you're not getting this money. You're gonna straighten up. You get your money when you straighten your act up.
Hmm.
Stop being an arsonist. Stop being a major sinner." For example. So, if someone's name is Rashid, then he was named with something that was put forth not as a name originally. It was put forth as an adjective originally, and then was used as a name for him. And Yani, we have that in English. So somebody's name would be Happy, for example. Someone's name would be Precious, for example.
Yes.
So that's equivalent of alam manqul, transported name. Something that's not originally a name, but was taken from somewhere else and then used as a name. So someone might be called in Arabic Mansur,
Ah.
or he might be called Nasir, same root letters, or he might even be called Nasr. That's the mustard source noun. Most of the names of Allah are adjectives. Mm. Yeah, actually, I have a chart putting them in their patterns. So, for example, Khaliq is fa'il. Rahim is fa'il. Ar-Razzaq is fa'al. Like that. Mm. Okay. So those are your two types of ism monikers. You have also kunya. Kunya is the name that starts with ab or So you say, for example, Abu Adam.
Mm.
Well, if a person has more than one child, then who is he named after? He or she, the parent, is named. Yani, when we talk about kunya, we talk about naming the parent after the child.
Yes.
So if someone has more than one child, then which child he gets named after? First, he or she is going to be named. This is Arab custom. Is going to be named by the name of their first child,
Hmm.
male or female. But when they get a boy, then they're going to be named after their first boy after that. So
Right.
even if you had a girl first, once he gets a boy, he's going to be named with the name of the boy.
Hmm.
So that's why Muhammad is Abu al-Qasim, although he had girls before Qasim al-Qasim was born.
Yeah.
Uh, and so then Adam, that's
Hmm.
kunya. Abu Bakr.
Yes. I heard this example yesterday in a lesson. The sheikh from London was talking about. He's from Europe, in England. I don't know. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name.
Irfan?
He does the prosperity
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
propagation.
Sheikh Irfan.
Yeah. Irfan. Barakallahu fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, feet.
He talked about this.
Uh-huh. Now, it's not a condition to have a child to have a kunya.
Yes. He talked about that. Um, one of the Sahaba, the Prophet gave him a kunya, right? Alayhi
Yeah.
salam.
Ali, the Prophet called Ali Abu Turab
There you go.
because one time he was laying down on the ground.
Yes.
And when the Prophet encountered him, he found him with the,
The
the dirt
dust.
all over
Good
him,
ones.
stuck
Yeah.
to him. So he called him Abu Turab.
Yeah.
Yeah, subhanallah. And then he said, "This is the most beloved name to me."
Yes.
But that remind me how somebody might be from around the way, for example, and he wish he had a nickname because
Yeah.
people be having nicknames. And if he
Yeah.
finally got a nickname, he probably will be so happy.
Yes.
MashaAllah. And then the third type is the laqab. Laqab is the nickname. The laqab is the name that has the meaning of praise or dispraise. And so the laqab is like Zainul Abidin.
Yeah.
The real Zainul Abidin, his name is Ali. His ism, his moniker is Ali.
Yes.
His laqab is Zainul Abidin.
Isn't it like Abu Lahab? That's his real name is like uh something after like one of the idol worshippers or something, right? Is
Abdul Uzza, I think.
yeah, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, Abdul Uzza, I think that's he is. Yeah, and Abu Lahab is his laqab. I mean,
Nah.
it's his kunya.
When
He had a son named Lahab.
uh,
You heard what happened to Lahab?
the son?
Yeah,
No. I just heard
yeah,
about what happened to him and his wife. I don't
yeah.
know.
It was said that this one Lahab he used to bother the Prophet too. Alayhi salatu wassalam. He's the Prophet's cousin.
Yes.
And so once the Prophet made dua against him, he said, Allahumma sallit alayhi kalbak. Oh Allah, sick your dog on him. So once they traveled, him and his people, they traveled. So he said, I'm afraid of Muhammad's dua. They said, don't worry, we'll protect you. So when they wanted to camp, they made a circle and put him in the middle.
Yes. Okay.
Then a lion came
Yeah.
and sniffed out everybody, hopped over them, took him, hopped back over them, and took him away, never to be seen again.
SubhanAllah.
Subhanallah wa bihamdi. I didn't hear, I read that some scholars commented here, or if I heard it, I forgot. How that answers the Prophet's dua when that was a lion and not a dog?
Yes.
Some of them said, the lion was called a dog here. The lion is a dog here figuratively, and they said, and it actually happens that the lion, when he urinates like the dog does. He lifts his leg up.
Ah,
Subhanallah.
subhanallah.
Allahu alam. But yeah, that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Lahab. Subhanallah. And as for a laqab that has the meaning of dispraise, that's like calling someone batta, that means duck.
Yes.
Batta. Or enfunaqa, camel nose.
Oh man.
No. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Wallahu a'lam. Let's stop there.
Yes.
Inshallah ta'ala. So next time, if I forget, let me know. We're going to talk about different kinds of words, forms. Inshallah ta'ala. Any question?
No.
All right.
No. Hold on. Let me see. Can you tell me again, go over again what manqul means? It
Yeah.
says transported, but I was like, what does that mean? Like it came from somewhere else or it just,
Yes. Yeah. Transported from being an adjective, for example.
okay.
Transported from being a gerund, like that. Transported from it might be maybe his name is the name of a tool. Maybe his name is Miftah, key.
Uh-huh.
So then would be transported from being the name of a tool to a moniker for someone
Mhm. Okay.
like that.
And this is common in the Arabic language, right?
Yes. As far as I can tell, most of those names are transported.
Yeah, the more I'm like thinking, I'm like, that's not his name. Like I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Subhanallah. I
Yeah.
think about all of whom I know. For example, Sheikh Hussam. Hussam means sword.
Oh, okay.
So that's manqul.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Samir. Samir is someone who stays up late and talks to you. And stays up. Yeah, he's someone who has conversation with you in late hours.
MashaAllah. Yeah.
هكذا. So most of those names, that's how, from what I can see, just from my own observation, it looks like most of the people, their names are manqula.
Mm, cool. Mhm. Alhamdulillah.
No, alhamdulillah.